Okay, so I want to repeat this again. Your son went ahead and he got angry at you for no reason. And you went ahead and you tried to defend yourself. It didn't work. And then he said whatever he said. And then your response was, you stopped. You didn't defend yourself. You didn't get angry. You didn't get upset. You didn't take it personally. You didn't say, how can you talk to your mother that way? That's not respectful. Go to your room. You can't talk to me. You didn't make it a fight. You said, you're right, I'm so sorry. And you were quiet. And then later, you sent a beautiful text apologizing to him for getting him upset. The rest of the world would say, you're not helping him. He needs to know that you don't talk like that. You have to teach him. You have to show him. How could you give in to him? How could you just make believe like he's right? But the result of what you did was, the next day, he said, I think I have anger issues. Why? Because as long as you're struggling with someone with anger issues, as long as you're struggling with them, they don't see that they did something wrong. They don't realize that they punched you. They see that you punched them. And as long as they're feeling your punches, they can't think about what is the truth and what do I need to grow. But as soon as you took the pressure off, then they had no bad feelings coming from you. They were able to look at the story and say, I didn't have to yell at my mom for that. I think I have anger issues. You saved 2-3 years. The first few years, even if they get to therapy, is focusing on themselves that they can't. You got them to realize, I think I have a problem. And the other way, you can go for years and they won't think that they have a problem. I want to give you an example. This just happened to me, so we're gonna show how people are. There's a guy that's about 10 years older than me, and he called me. I was busy. He left a message. I called him back, and he didn't pick up. I left a message. He called me a second time. He missed me. He left a message. I called him back a second time. I left a message. He called me a third time. A little frustration in his voice. Hi, this is my third call to you. Please call me back. You know, I know you're busy, but please call me back. I called him back the third time and he was not available and I left a message. The fourth time he called me, I was available, I picked up. What did he say? Oh, look who called, picks up. It's easier to get into President Trump. I should have dialed Mashiach. Eliyahu Navi, you're so busy, gives me a whole thing. Now what's the reality? Listen to the reality. He's frustrated because it was hard to reach me because he tried 3 times. But for every time he tried, I also tried him back. How come he doesn't realize that he's very busy? It was exactly the same thing. I did exactly the same thing as he did. I did wrong that I wasn't available for him, which I don't think is wrong. I was busy. He didn't make an appointment with me. He just called off the cuff, but he was just as busy as me. But he doesn't see himself at all. He doesn't see that this is such a good example because he's exactly as quote unquote busy as I am. So why is he, and he'll give me I should have done for Mashiach. He's the busiest guy in the world. You're the busiest guy in the world, right? That's the way people are. If they go ahead and they're rude to you and then you're rude to them, they don't think that they are rude. If they go ahead and they have anger to you and you call them out on it and you have they don't realize it. The struggle prevents them from looking in the mirror. What you did there's no struggle because Nebuch, he's sick, you're healthy. I always say the only thing sicker than being sick is a healthy person fighting with someone who's sick. You're fighting with someone who's sick? He's sick. They're chayla, they're shaita, they're in a situation that so can you imagine fighting with someone who's not well? That's not even a fair fight. I have that a lot of times with the siblings that they're fighting with the KIP. And I tell them, hang on, let's review the situation with your KIP, especially if it's stage 4, especially if they're pikuach nefesh, they're cutting themselves, they're psych wards on drugs, whatever it is. I say, listen, is your brother sick? Is your sister sick? They say, yeah, sick. And you're fighting with a sick person? It could be you're right. She took your drink, she ate your pizza, you didn't wait online. This is normal fights. You don't fight normal fights when someone is dying. You can't fight with a sick person. If you're a healthy person that fights with a sick person, a disabled person, a special needs child, you're going to fight with them? That's even sicker than they are. So what you did was you took yourself out of the picture. Wow. And you enabled him to look at the situation calmly without feeling attacked and to realize I have problems, I need help. That's unbelievable. Good job.